Friday. Welcome or welcome back to the Complete Brides, your wedding, your way. Today, we're going to talk about an important part of your wedding, the wedding vendors, or like I like to call them, the wedding Avengers. Before diving into the specific vendors, let's get real about the foundation of your planning. Like I said before, there's three main factors: your vision, your budget, and your guest count. Essentially, this means what you want, what you can afford, and who you're going to invite. This is where you're going to start. Your vision. Are you picturing a grand affair, an intimate gathering, or something exquisite and unique? Number two, your budget, which determines how close you can get to that vision that you have. And besides, remember, if you have a very small budget, that Bella Naija, Marie Claire, Pinterest wedding, I don't know, it's not going to happen. So, like I said, your vision, your budget, and the amount of people that you're going to invite. With these things in mind, let's break down the different vendors that make or break your wedding. Number one, your venue. Your choice of venue is key because it affects the atmosphere, the look, and even the available amenities at your wedding. If you're going for a luxurious hall with lovely chandelier or it's a beach location, just make sure it fits within your budget. And some venues even provide packages that include like rentals and tables and all of that. So when you're looking for your venue, make sure you ask the difficult questions like, what does it come with? How many hours is it available for? That was something that I learned for the first time. Like, even if you rent a venue for a day, it doesn't mean you have it till midnight. Sometimes after 10, you have to pay per hour. Okay, you have to ask about the generator, if it's available, if there's an additional cost, all those things. And then there's something that I learned as well, the service charge. It's never included in the initial fee, but when you see the invoice, it's right there. You can always negotiate for a little bit of room. These prices are never really like hard and set in stone. Always try to negotiate. Decor. Now, your hall is going to come, or your venue, like I said, is going to come most of the time empty. You're literally paying for a box, okay? Your decor is what transforms your venue into a beautiful masterpiece. Now, that decor involves, centerpieces and the kind of table and the chairs and all of that. Now, sometimes, depending on the decoration company, these rentals are included as part of their service. Other times, you have to go to a separate rental company. So always ask what is really included in their service, okay? Again, with almost every wedding vendor, there is a service charge, okay? So make sure you ask what it is and ask for a breakdown so you know where you can negotiate, all right? So your lighting, the centerpiece, the middle dance floor, all of that is included in the decor. And even the stage, right? The stage is so expensive. Like, I was so shocked when they gave me the bill. Oh my gosh. The stage is so expensive, and then the backdrop as well. There's so many little details that really elevate the look of your wedding. So when you're thinking about that, remember, decor can be pricey. Now let's talk outfits. My favorite part of every wedding. Now, this is another high ticket portion of your wedding, and you can spend to the high heavens if you want to, really. So this includes everything from your traditional wedding outfits to your white wedding outfits. If there's a court wedding, if you're going to do like a bridal shower, all of that is included in this portion. Now, multiple vendors could end up catering to this specific need, but I always suggest it's better for you to bundle up as many outfits under one designer, just so you can save on the bulk requests or bulk service. Also included in your outfits is your hair and your makeup. All right, and even your nails, every other little thing and detail that affects how you're going to appear that day. So your makeup is really, really important, and your hair. Like I said, it's always good to have vendors that are doing multiple things. I think some of these makeup vendors and hair vendors, they offer discounts if you're using them for all the events that you have concerning your wedding. So one big tip for your makeup and even your hair is to test out the services before that day, so you know that you like how they apply these services or makeup and hair on you. Okay, so for me, I also recommend that you work with someone that you've worked with before and you like their work. You don't have to go for the top of the range, top of the line makeup artists or hair installation experts and all of that. Save a bit of money, find people around you who do great work and work with them. Don't forget your groom in this attire portion. I mean, when you're preparing your budget, especially if you're doing it with your spouse, also make sure you take account of how much he's going to spend on his outfits as well. And Instagram is a great resource, find people who can do great work at a good price. Okay, you don't always have to go with the high ticket popular fashion designers that charge millions. Okay, at the end of the day, you just need to look beautiful, and that's fine. All right, so don't break the bank if you can't afford it. See, if you are going to spend money on a portion of your wedding, spend it on media. Why? Because after all you will rent the venue and return it back, right? You eat the food, it has gone. But you see those your pictures, they'll be there forever. So, if you can, try to get the best photographer, videographer, mobile videographer that you can find, because all these different vendors add just a little bit to your day and they will help you keep those memories alive forever. All right, so again, there are different ranges and different price points for these different vendors. Just make sure you do your research, check out their previous work, ask for a discount. They're likely to give you one if you're using them for multiple events. So don't shy away from asking. And this is another reason why having a wedding planner who is, has some skin in the game really helps, because sometimes, because of relationship or previous work that they've done with other brides with these vendors, they can get a deeper discount than you would be able to get on your own. All right, so like I said, do not skimp on your media. Like, there's nothing more painful. I once heard a story of a bride who the photographer came, took all the pictures, and at the end of the wedding realized that his camera cap was on throughout the event. So she had no pictures. We have come to the best part of the vendors. Food and drink. And let me tell you, majority of the reason people come for weddings is because of food. So if there's something that I'm going to pay attention to, it's as if I'm saying everything is important, but actually kind of is. Anyways, food and drink, very, very crucial, because your guests are coming to celebrate with you and they're likely going to be there for the whole day, so you have to cater to them. Now, food gets pricey really quickly. That's why I always say your guest list is important. Try to cut down. It's better to have way more food than guests. Okay? And that way you see people who keep talking, that wedding, I ate. I was rather than that wedding. They didn't even give me food though. I bought a shebi. I bought this one and I did not eat. So please, if you know you can't afford a big wedding, don't go and invite the whole world and have small food. Okay? So you have your outfits, you have your venue, you have food and drink, and now entertainment. See, I understand We have done so much for these guests. I get it. But it's a long day, and it's important that you have things that will keep your guests entertained. Now, the vendors under this category include your MC, the DJ or a band, or both. You can also have for an after party like a hype man. You can have dancers like a dance troupe. You can have a choir. All of this is part of entertainment, and it just gives your guests something to look at, like something to do rather than just sit and wait and watch you. I mean, we all know Nigerian weddings, they make the bride and the groom dance in, and they make the bridesmaids do all sorts of things. But having just a couple more things rather than, the couple, like maybe a dance troupe or a choir, it adds a little bit of color and flavor to the day. So think about it, and don't skimp on your DJ for that after party. Your DJ is very crucial. If you want your guys to, turn up with you, please, your DJ. And last, but definitely not the least, is coordination. Now, I've said it and I'll say it again. A wedding planner is worth their weight in gold. But if you have a friend who has strong project management skills and has done some sort of event planning, even if it's on a small scale before, also if you have a guest list that is lower than 200, then you can possibly get away with planning the wedding within your circle. However, if your guest list is more than 200, my sister, hire a wedding planner. Hire a wedding planner, because vendors, especially food vendors, not that you will be with your gele and you'll be shouting, so that you know that day you're not thinking about anything, okay? So make sure if you have a big wedding party, just get a wedding planner. And if wedding planning services are a bit too much or too expensive, you can just do wedding coordination. So the difference between wedding planning and wedding coordination is, with wedding planning, it's like a full-on A to Z service, okay? They figure out the vendors, they talk to the vendors, they get you the invoice, they do all the negotiating and all of that for you, and then you pretty much just pay. But with wedding coordination, you are going to be the one to negotiate with the vendors, do all the running around, and then on the day itself, someone will just coordinate everything for you. So that's the difference. So if you know that you can handle, at the end of the day, for me, even with a wedding planner, I was still like, hello, I don't like this vendor. Please pick this vendor instead. This one's money is too much. Please go here. So if you know that you're going to be hands-on, you might be better off with just getting a wedding coordinator. So we have come to the end of the wedding Avengers. And if there's the category that I missed out, please write them in the comments below. Don't forget, I'm going to still dive into each category in later videos and just, additional tips on how you can find the best vendors for you. But this is just a general overview. Now, over to you guys. What vendor are you most excited about working with? And which vendors have you worked with in the past that gave you absolutely no stress? Comment and tag them down below. Until the next episode, happy planning.